J-Drone here. What is going on, guys? This is the Aosenma CG035, and we have the Walkera Gimbal on it. I'm going to show you very quickly how I get this running. First, you want to start your camera. Camera is started. You want to start recording. And the reason you want to do this is that way you don't have to mess with it while the gimbal has power to it. That way you don't screw it up. So all we are going to do is go in here and just connect these two wires. Now they're connected. Leave it sit a minute. If you go ahead and move it like I showed in my how-to video, it'll jump all the way around. But as you saw, I let it sit a minute, and now we have the gimbal action. So we are going to go ahead and lift off here. Our controller has GPS. The drone doesn't have GPS. Basically what I'm going to do, I'm going to lift off, I'm going to show you how it works, and then I'm going to take a little walk with it. So here we go. Just to show you here, we're going to spin it around. Left to right, backwards, forwards. It works. And if we can get it to sit there, which it might, just get all up and close and personal with it. Turn it this way. There we go. Alright, the rest of this will be... Alright guys, so I stepped down the road just a little bit further, not where we originally had started, and it does not seem to be want to fly right. Actually kind of landed on its back arms, shut the motors down. We are going to do what I should have did when I moved to a different location. Is calibrate it. It is very essential to calibrate this drone if you move to a new location. Also, with this gimbal underneath it, you should definitely be calibrating it, because there's obviously magnetic interference underneath it because of what we have underneath it. We have metal and whatnot, and it's definitely needed to calibrate. So we're going to go ahead and calibrate this, and then we will show you how this flies here. So I have it calibrated, and we're just going to move it over to the grass just to be safe, because I don't want to chew up the blades too much. I'm trying to figure out where I want to set it. Kind of don't want to set it on the grass because the gimbal's jumping, but I also don't want it too close to anything. But I think we're going to go up here. I think this is low enough that the gimbal's not going to be jumping up and down. So here we go, guys. Aosenma in the air for the second time. As you can see, it lifts this with no problems. Guys, note, this drone is well over a year old. It's flown in sub-0 degree weather. It's flown in misty weather. It's flown in 20 mile an hour winds. It's lifted this gimbal many times. This is a very weathered drone. So what you will see here, though, is that it can't lift it for a long period of time anymore. This is a tired drone. I never did any type of bearing greasing. I never did any type of preventative maintenance on the bearings, on the motors themselves. I kind of just flew it. As it got dirty, it got dirty. As it hard crashed, it hard crashed. And I'd just calibrate it properly. Right now it's trying to land itself. I'm trying to go against it, and it is just downing itself right here. And we are out for the count in 2, 1, bam. Okay, so now we're out in the field where I normally fly, and we have this here. We are going to go ahead and try to do a lift up on it here in a second. But first, what should we do? We should calibrate the drone, because we've moved to a new location. I don't want this thing doing a front flip. I don't want it doing a back flip. I don't want it doing a side flip. I don't want it flipping at all, because it's not good for the gimbal. It's not good for the drone itself. So we've successfully completed our calibration. I generally only do the roundabouts. You can do a nose down and do a twisteroo if you'd like. But as you can see here, we will go up. And we are up. The drone is struggling horribly, guys. So I'm going to set it down. Well, guys, as you can see, Mr. Aosenma is a little bit dirty. I don't have my hat cam with me. This is still on the gimbal. I've taken off the gimbal. I don't know if maybe my Aosenma being so old and having a lot of runtime on it that it just doesn't have enough power in the motors to lift this for a long period of time. But I'm going to go ahead and try it here, and I don't know. I definitely can't hold this. Don't know if I can set this anywhere. Maybe we can set it like this. Maybe we'll catch some of it. It's kind of pointing up in there. I don't know what you guys are gonna catch, but maybe I can use some of this. We're going to plug, look, it got dandelion stuff all over it. We're gonna plug this in here. Actually, I wanna turn this on first. Plug this in. I don't know how well you guys can see that, or if you can see it, or if you can't, or whatnot. Let me just tilt it down a little bit. Maybe that'll be all right there. Trying to balance the gimbal as well. We're just gonna try to take off. See what happens. And shut motors down. Shut motors down. I'm trying to shut the motors down. Okay, so that's what I was talking about last flight about not calibrating. I had this calibrated with that underneath it, with what you're seeing underneath it, the Walkera Gimbal. So what I'm going to do is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And we ended in the center, and now we're going to start calibration on this. I know that just fell. This is going to be like the worst review ever. Then I'm going to spin 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and switch up. Now let's see what happens. Now we are up. We are up. I don't know. Let's see. If I can get it to lock on the GPS. There. We're locked on the GPS. Maybe I can hold it up then. Get it to kind of sit there. We are still recording over here. And there. So that's a learning lesson. And again, maybe old motors and this setup is too heavy for it, but as you can see, the drone still works fine. Even after several crashes, a front flip like you just saw, it's still holding up fine. GPS is locked, dandelion guts and all. Guys, if you haven't subscribed, please do. Later.